Come over here to this Gator, and we're going to see why the park brake isn't working. Okay, go ahead and start just gently working the brake. I need to figure out where the cable is. All right, so we found where our cable is. It comes down into here. All right, go ahead, work the cable. Yeah, because you can see it moving right there. And it goes into, of course, this ridiculous housing right here that, there, you can stop. Couldn't just be easy. Like on the old Gators, it was really quite easy. So, we're going to have to look in the book now and see what is going on here. All right, so I looked in the book. And this is the park brake housing, and there's actually oil in there. Again, according to the book, it's just John Deere High Guard. I think it's just regular kind of hydraulic oil. And there's a fill plug, or a check plug rather, that you check there. And it was really dirty and cruddy looking, but it was plenty full. So I'm not sure. There's not a drain plug anywhere on the bottom. You'd almost have to take that whole housing apart to actually drain it. So I've got to talk to John Deere on that and see, I don't know if there's little brake discs in there. I don't know what's in there, if something broke or whatever. So I got to talk to them about that before we can continue on with this repair. All right, so as you can see, the scenery has changed in the shop a bit. We've got the cedar in here, Gators over there to your left. We're going to work on that in just a minute. We got the part that we need to replace kind of the park brake, I don't know, housing assembly, whatever you want to call it. That was almost $500. So that's what we're going to work on next. So let's get our tools and get ready to do this. All right, here's our new brake housing. There's some numbers. There are quite a few plugs in it. I think this is where the cable goes in, but there's a plug here, must be for some kind of shaft, and then I'm not sure if you use that in relation to hooking the brake cable, but and then there's threaded parts sticking out in the back. I don't see that ours even has that, but so it makes me a little nervous about these guys here. As we go through this, just want to reiterate that I have never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing, and hopefully it will be an educational video for you guys. So we're going to start with getting this hose off. I am guessing that, oh boy, the end of that's kind of crappy. I'm guessing this is just a breather hose that, wow, look at that. It's coming apart. The brake drum there, whatever you want to call it, housing, I'd have to look at the receipt to see what they actually called it, has hydraulic oil in it, has Hytran in it. So I'm guessing that's just some kind of a breather. So there's a jam nut here. We back that off. And let's see if we can get this guy out of here. I suppose we could have done this after, but I was just starting at the top and going down. I think overall it's a sealed unit. There's an O-ring there. So, you know, that was the good part. We don't have to try to compress discs and things together as we put it together. You can rebuild this. I opted to not do that because I felt it would be easier to just change the whole thing out. So this is an 18 millimeter bolt here. And while I'm taking this out for a second, I'd like to just rant for 2 seconds about tool sets. This particular tool set I bought one day. I was out on a project and needed a tool. And I just grabbed a 1/2-inch drive tool set. It had metric and standard sockets. Didn't really look much at it. I was in a hurry. Well, come to find out, as I was getting tools ready to do this little project, it did not have an 18 millimeter. It went from 17 to 19. And I've had that happen on other sets, not that particular 18 millimeter size, but just the fact that these companies build these tool sets and then they skip random sizes. It's really annoying. Even if you notice when you're in the store, you could buy a random socket or wrench or whatever, but then, you know, the tool set has spots for everything. So then I'm just taking these bolts out here as I'm yakking. So then you got to try to figure out what the heck to do with the loose ones that you bought. Drives me crazy. I don't know why they can't just complete the set. All right, so we've got everything here apart. All the two bolts out. The oil's still in it, so we'll try not to tip it. Right now it's on the, you know, there's that shaft it rides on, so the brake is not on, by the way. The lever's in the down position, like the off position. So there it goes. I do have a bucket down there, and it's hitting the bucket perfectly, so that's good. So yeah, I'm guessing is that coming out of the transmission? I'm thinking the oil that's currently leaking is coming out of the transmission. Anyway, so now we've got to try to get this brake. Can you guys see? I can't see if you see. Come on, there we go. Yeah, so we've got to get this guy out of here. I am not sure how you accomplish that. The new housing has a plug up here at the top, right there, up in that corner, that I think must allow you to help get this cable out of there. Okay, so I'm not sure how far along we are here, but I did find a snap ring right here on the end of this. So I was able to pop that off. All right, so there's an Allen head screw here through this one hole that the breather tube was in. So I'm just taking that out in hopes that this will let the cable go. There was something behind this cover attached to this screw that when I pulled on the cable, I saw a mechanism moving. So that's why I was hoping that would be the end of that and it would just let the cable go. And it did. Perfect. Okay, so that, you can see the eyelet there. That's what the bolt went through. Okay, so I don't like that the transmission is slowly draining. So we'll have to pick up the pace here a second. Get our covers popped off of here. I think, oh, I wonder if you can, there's a plug here. I wonder if you could take that and put it on the other side, because that's how ours was. We had a hole on the outside and not the inside. So I wonder if I can swap that quick. Let's see if, there. So I took the plug from this side and put it directly in the back. So now this is exactly like our other one was. Okay, so sorry about that. The SD card got full. So just a quick catch you up. You didn't really miss much. So over here, you can see there is a threaded screw that comes out the back side. I have this little Allen wrench in here. So what I had to do was just loosen that, basically extend it out. And it brought the sort of little clevis over to line up with this hole. And then I took the end of the cable and shoved that piece through the center of the clevis, and there was a little bolt you put in. So that's all you missed. Right now we're going to shove this in the rest of the way and put the, let's see, can you guys see? Yeah, we have to put the snap ring back in. All right, we got the snap ring in there. So that's all done. Now I think what we'll do is put the two big bolts back in, because there's really nothing holding this on right now except the pressure of the seal between this brake housing and the differential or something here. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it kind of keeps moving around. The only reason I didn't put them in previously was in case I had to twist this housing to get the cable to hook up. But since we've got that, now we'll go ahead and just snug these two bolts down. Then we can finish working with it and not worry about it falling off. But the main reason I ended up just getting the thing put back on here was so that the oil quit draining out of, I think it's probably coming out of the transmission. You're supposed to fill this housing. So we can do that. There's this fill plug here. I do not have a torque spec for this. We're just going nice and snug. That's all. Okay, there. Now, this screw that's on the back side here, I think that was just in there for assembly purposes so that you could adjust that clevis side to side. We'll take that out. And then on the old housing, there is a plug. So we're going to, it's a different size. We're going to take the plug out of this housing right here, and we're going to put it in the back side of that one. All right, we got our little plug out there, and we're just going to take this and put it in the back side where I showed you that long threaded piece was coming out. We are just going to plug that hole up with this guy. That seems pretty snug, and then we'll tighten down this jam nut. All right, so we're going to take our hose clamp here, and we're going to slide that back down on there like that. So on the top of the transmission, there is a plug slash dipstick slash fill hole. So we're just going to throw a funnel in there. We've got some high guard here. I really have no idea how much to put in, but we're going to add some oil until we get where we need to go. So this is what happens when somebody who doesn't know what they're doing does stuff. Apparently, to fill this little housing, you do it this way. All right, I'm sure this is going to make a mess. I don't think I have a funnel that bends that will fit down in there, so we're just going to do the best we can here. Guess we're done. Doesn't take much. So I think we're done here. We got everything hooked up. We added the oil to it. Then we put our vent tube back on. I did just check the transmission. I topped off just a little bit of fluid there. So I believe this is all done. We still have to test it yet. I don't want to start the Gator because I got to do that drain plug thing. I'm swapping drain plugs with it. So I'm going to do that next. I'm not going to film that because there's no way that you can really see anything. But once I get that done, we'll actually take it out. We'll park it on a hill and we'll see if it stays. All right, so we got this Gator outside and we're going to take it for a little rip here. Go find a steep hill and see if the brake holds. Alright, this is pretty good here. Yep, now we're freewheeling. So we'll set the brake. We'll even put it in neutral. I think we're good. It's not moving. Yeah, give it a little shake here. Yeah, I think we're all set here. So you can see the scenery in the shop has changed yet again. We got that Gator finished up. I double checked the fluids and everything in it this morning. So that is out the door done.